So we have the S-Works SL8 Tarmac. We've bought one of those. You recommend to buy one. We went out and bought one. The only one in Australia, and we have it. We're the only S-Works white Tarmac SL8 in Australia, apparently. There's 10 in Australia of different colours, and I've got the only white one, apparently, for now. And it's 6.62 kilos specialised claim at 56 centimetres. And that is a lie. That is a straight up lie. We've weighed it many times and coming around 6.96. And I'll tell you why this is a lie. Well, then again, maybe it's not a lie. Maybe their scales are broke. All right. But you do the maths and then you go to the specialised .a.bigcontent.io, and this is what's called their white paper. And if you do the maths here, we'll zoom in. This is their claimed weight for a bike, a 56 centimeter SL8 S-Works Tarmac, Durace group set, etc. The Roval deep dishes, 6,806 grams with 2 cages and the Durace PD R9100 pedals. Okay, and they claim it's 6.806 kilos with pedals and 2 cages. We know that's a lie. These cages weigh 24 grams each. These pedals weigh 228 grams. So we're talking 228 around abouts plus, say, 50 grams. So we're talking about 275, 280 grams. Okay. So we know that straight away, if we add 280 grams to 6.62, what do we get? Okay. What do we get? We get 6.9 kilos. Okay. So it's over the weight that Specialized claim already. So the numbers on their own website don't add up. All right. Imagine that. Imagine if you're in a court of law and you're given some numbers, all right, and they don't add up. Where were you at 10 o'clock tonight? On that day. Well, I was there at 10:30. Okay, you weren't there. It's just. But no one's checking this shit. No one's checking these numbers except for yours truly. All right, so this is the Specialized own data here. All right, this is the 56 centimeter. And here's the thing is, all they can do to fudge these numbers is pick a bike off the rack, or pick a frame off the rack that isn't painted or has less paint, or it's so easy to fudge numbers. No one's checking. People who buy these bikes aren't buying it for performance. Right? They're not buying it for this. You got to read this stuff, man. You really got to read this stuff. This is like the best marketing bullshit I've ever freaking read in my life. It's crazy, all right? But I don't live in marketing world. I'm like you, and we live in the real world, okay? We live in the real world. Let's go find this climb we did today. Here is the climb where we debunk again. We did the flat road test. We debunked that. And now we are debunking Specialized's claim this bike's the fastest tarmac ever. All right, so we put it head to head with a Pragma Bad Cookie, a lightcarbon.com AliExpress AK bike that, remember Cookie Man, Phil Gaimon was shilling it back in 2019 with the brand Nove, and Phil was claiming that they weren't made in China, or they weren't the bike I was claiming they were. And they were, and even Nove, fantastic brand that they were, they backed up what I said, and they disagree with Phil. And then shortly after, them and Phil parted ways. But anyway, moral of the story is don't get a fake natty to promote your stuff, and then they get exposed for lying about it. Anyway, first world problems. Let's jump in on here, and this is Coach Road. So we gave it a bit of gas today. 336 watts, and I tried to keep it around the same watts as last time. All right, so this wasn't my all-out effort. It was definitely I was breathing and puffing, but I can definitely go a bit quicker than this. All right, and we will try and beat this time. But I wanted to do something, replicate something pretty similar. Okay, so, and then we did today on the AliExpress bike, 336 watts, 941. Okay, my birthday, 23rd of August, on the SL8 S-Works Tarmac, 340. So more watts and slower time. And we had better wind conditions that day. On the 23rd of August, we had a full tailwind northwesterly. Today we just have a northerly, which isn't really ideal for Coach Road. All right, so we had better winds with the SL8 rather, and we still went slower, and we still had more power to go slower. So you're producing more power to go slower. Okay. And let's say the power meters are different. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay, whatever's slower, bro. It's slower, and that was better wind conditions when I do the SL8. All right, so it's just a very slow bike compared to the competition of rim brake. All right, so it's just how it is. Okay, it's just how it is. What more can we say? You know, that this is why I'm selling the bike. You know, if you've got anyone else, there'll be another video series, how to sell an SL8 S-Works Tarmac after you realise it's a slower bike than what you come from. So I can't ride this bike, man. You know, and that's first world problems. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful. I'm not whining. I'm just giving people a heads up that this bike isn't what Specialized claim. Specialized claim the fastest race bike ever. That's absolute bullshit, man. This bike is absolute garbage. All right. Garbage. And the group set we used today was a 15-year-old Tram Red. The gears are clunking around. I'm using a tyre I got for free from this guy who's like, I'm going to chuck it in the bin. You want it? I said, okay, I'll use it, man. It's a Schwabel tyre. The tyre in the front's like a $20 Michelin. You know, so I didn't have brand new tyres on this bike for this watch today. The other day I had brand new tyres, a Specialized S-Works tyre, which is a good tyre. But the S-Works SL8 Tarmac is just a slower bike. It's a slower bike, okay? And look at that. I don't want to spend $20,000. You're spending $1,000 a second to go slower. All right? What sort of tax is that? Less power, faster time on an AliExpress bike worth about $1,000 USD. All right, this bike I rode today, the AliExpress bike, if I tried to sell it, I'd get maximum $1,000 USD. Max. If that, more like $1,000 Aussie dollar, all right, if that even. And then the SL8 S-Works Tarmac 342, more power we had to push, and we went slower. So that's an extra 8 watts, man, 8 watts extra, and we went slower, all right? How many seconds is that? Like 22 seconds slower, 8 watts more, and we had better wind conditions that day. So who knows really how slow this S-Works really is, all right? And on the downhill, the S-Works with the deep section wheels and the rotors, it just feels very, very unbalanced, very unenjoyable. Today I was riding the AliExpress bike, it just bombed down the hill, you know, with the rim brakes, it felt perfect. I knew exactly what my modulation was going to be like with road disc, because the road race tires are so skinny, you don't know what's going on. And also I did this at 120 psi. You know, each lap, each bike. I didn't run 70 psi on this occasion. All right, 70 psi would be even slower than that. Probably like 10 minutes 20, 10 minutes 30. Okay, and look at this. People, you'd think, okay, durianrider, you're wrong. Everyone's getting fast. The peloton's fast on these new bikes. The peloton's taken better drugs than ever before and getting away with the testing and all the corona stuff and restrictions. Things are just better now with drug tech. If you know, you know. Let's have a look. Then here we go. I've got the fastest time this year. How does that work? If the bikes are faster, how come I'm turning up on my old 15-year-old group set and AliExpress rim brake bike and I'm going faster up this climb than anyone has this year? And I dare say most of these guys have brand new disc brake bikes. You know? So the times aren't getting faster, man. That's what I noticed. It's getting slower. People are getting slower out there. You know, people are getting even Natasha's in the 11th. You know, like people are getting slower. This is a beautiful climb. Only 176 people have done it. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, so people are getting slower out there. You know, because they're not taking the EPO and stuff. Their bikes are getting slower, so they get slower. That's what I'm noticing. You know, like a few years ago when everyone's on rim brakes, the bunch was so much faster, and now locally it's not as fast, man. Because I'm on the faster bike, so. You know, you're looking at at least 20 to 30 second handicap on a 10 to 15 minute climb. So your Norton Summits, you're looking at 20 to 30 second handicap there. You know, 20 to 30 seconds up Norton Summit. That's a lot, man. That is a lot. That's enough to have a quick nap at the top of the climb. You know what I mean? I mean, 20 to 30 seconds for me, that's a lot of time. If I can shave 20 or 30 seconds off my Norton Summit PR or my Coach Road PR, I'm dancing, man. I am singing. I am dancing. All right. Yeah, I am dancing, bro. I am dancing. So I got the fastest time up Coach Road this year. How does that work on an old bike? Gang, get on it.